Right now at 10, a manhunt underway in the killing of a teen in New Braunfels.
It's sad to hear, because they're defenseless, much like children.
And rescued from a hot car, the charges a man is facing for leaving a puppy in Texas heat while he shopped.
Dozens dead. A devastating wildfire tears through Portugal.
And recovering well, an update on the congressman shot earlier this week at a baseball practice. The night starts right now. But first, though, breaking news out of London.
Police and ambulances rushing to help people after a car slammed into pedestrians. Police saying there are several casualties. We don't know how many yet, and they have arrested at least one person.
Now, the Muslim Council of Britain is reporting worshippers had just gotten out of a nearby mosque when a car hit several people. It's unclear if tonight's incident was a terror attack.
We'll keep you updated on KVUE News Daybreak starting at 4:30 a.m.
A manhunt is underway for the gunman that shot and killed a 17-year-old in New Braunfels. It happened late last night. Police say they responded to a possible disturbance call to find the teen shot dead. A $2,000 reward is being offered for information leading to that gunman.
An 8-week-old puppy left inside of a hot car. This happened Saturday while a Travis County man went into a Manor Walmart. Now he's facing animal cruelty charges. The Night Beat's Nicole Rosales spoke to Manor police about their role in rescuing the dog. All new at 10.
20-year-old Chandler Bullen has been booked into Travis County Jail. He told police he was inside the store for about half an hour, just enough time for his puppy to get heat stroke. A small puppy desperate for air, saved by Manor officer. This is body cam footage from a Manor police officer Saturday. He was dispatched to this Walmart after receiving a call about a dog locked inside a hot car. Police say the car wasn't running, the doors were locked, the windows rolled up, and the sunroof was partially opened. So they got a tire iron, reached inside, and was able to get the puppy out safely. That's when the owner showed up, and that's when police questioned him.
His reaction was basically he didn't want to waste gas.
Chandler Bullen was charged with animal cruelty. For Sergeant Randall Anderson, it's heartbreaking. He has 2 dogs of his own.
It's sad to hear, because they're defenseless, much like children. They can't get out of the car by themselves, and they're kind of just stuck in there. So they rely on the owner to take care of them and be responsible.
Police say it doesn't take long for something detrimental to happen. They say if you have to take your dog out, to take them out during non-peak hours. As for Bullen, his bond is set at $4,000. Reporting for the Night Beat, I'm Nicole Rosales.
Second consecutive day, Austin has reached 100 degrees. Yesterday, 101. Today, right at 100 degrees, right on the dot. And a couple other places came close. 99 in Georgetown, 97 in San Marcos. Llano, you were the hot spot once again for today, 102. Temperature still in the mid to upper 80s. Feeling like the low to mid 90s still with the high humidity. The good news is humidity will drop just a little bit as we head in towards next week. A cold front's going to be swinging through, also giving a chance for some rain by tomorrow morning. Coming up in full weather, we're going to take a look at that hour-by-hour forecast and talk about the tropics. A likely tropical cyclone developing in the Gulf of Mexico just in the next couple days. We'll show you the latest path in a few minutes, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Nathan. Well, for the second time in a week, first responders were called to the Barton Creek Greenbelt. This time, a man in his 40s is recovering from his injuries today after a medical scare. It happened just before 11 this afternoon. Austin Travis County EMS says the man suffered from some sort of medical issue while on the Greenbelt. Medics treated him and then took him to a local hospital. He's expected to be okay.
And new tonight, we have learned the names of the 7 sailors killed when a U.S. destroyer collided with a Philippines merchant vessel. One of those sailors is from Texas. The Navy's 7th Fleet said searchers found the bodies after the guided missile destroyer returned to its base in Japan. The collision happened Saturday morning while many of the crew was still sleeping. The container ship plowed right into the crew's living quarters, giving them just minutes to escape and save the ship and themselves.
They had to fight the ship to keep it above the surface, so it was traumatic. This was a severe emergency, but the ship's crew was swift and responsive, and I can't tell you how proud I am of the crew for what they did to save the ship.
The area where the ships crashed into each other sees heavy maritime traffic with 400 to 500 vessels crossing it daily. Among the deceased, 26-year-old No Hernandez from Weslaco, Texas.
Dozens of people in Minnesota spent Father's Day protesting the verdict of the shooting death of Philando Castile. Protesters named today's protest Father's Day for Orlando, wrapping up the march at the St. Anthony Police Department, where former police officer Geronimo Yanez was fired from on Friday. The jury found Yanez not guilty after he shot Castile 5 times during a traffic stop.
Doctors tonight upgrading Congressman and House Majority Whip Steve Scalise's condition in the hospital. The congressman is awake and he is speaking with loved ones. He was wounded during a shooting at a congressional baseball practice outside of Washington on Wednesday. And Congressman Roger Williams set to speak here in Austin tomorrow about that shooting. He talked in Fort Worth yesterday. Williams hurt his ankle while running for cover, but says he's thankful for the police officers who responded so quickly, preventing that situation from getting worse.
Well, in case you missed it this weekend, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has a challenger. Democrat Mike Collier announced his bid for the job. He'll run against Patrick in 2018. From Houston, Collier says he wants to fix school funding and property taxes. Well, President Trump is expected to speak on the possible White House tapes on former FBI Director James Comey this week. That's according to one of his lawyers, who is also hoping to clear the air on whether the president is actually under investigation. ABC's Gloria Riviera is in Washington with the latest.
President Trump headed back to Washington after his first trip to the presidential retreat, Camp David. Trump starting his morning once again tweeting about the distraction of the witch hunt. But it's another tweet from earlier this week keeping the Russia investigation in headlines. Quote, "I am being investigated for firing the FBI director by the man who told me to fire the FBI director. Witch hunt."
The president has not been notified by anyone that he's under investigation.
Trump's legal team saying the tweet was just about a report that he is under investigation for obstruction of justice, not a confirmation. But even one of his most staunch supporters is confused.
Trump has a compulsion to counterattack and is very pugnacious. I don't think it serves him well. I don't think that tweet helped him.
Gingrich has been taking aim at the new special counsel in the Russia investigation, accusing Robert Mueller of getting political, hiring too many Democrats.
I think the answer is they want to lay the foundation to discredit whatever Bob Mueller comes up with. I don't think we should acquiesce in the besmirchment of this good man.
This Tuesday, the president and the entire political world will be watching a special congressional election in Georgia. Democrat John Ossoff making a strong showing in a traditionally Republican district against GOP candidate Karen Handel.
This election, it will indicate that people are prepared to change, and I think many people will see the handwriting on the wall.
Both parties pouring money into the district, making it the most expensive House race in American history. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Washington.